The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has now identified the suspect who was killed in a police-involved shooting right outside of an Arlington supermarket. 32-year-old Antonio Valentine had an extensive criminal history that includes 16 arrests from 6 different jurisdictions.
So we're talking about stealing from stores, drug charges, even sexual battery. On your side's Nick Perot joins us tonight with what he's learned about this man. Nick.
Anthony, good evening. Yes, we can tell you Director Ron Lenve talked to us and told us that that 32-year-old man reached in the back of the seat when he was in a truck parked here back to the bushes near this Harvey's supermarket. When he reached for this gun, that's when police opened fire on him, shooting him 21 times, hitting him 7 times. Those 6 officers are on paid administrative leave.
Each officer that interacted with him, once again, has a different perspective, and we're still working through all those statements.
JSO's Director of Investigations and Homeland Security, Ron Lenve, says when police made contact with 32-year-old Antonio Valentine, they learned he had an active sexual battery warrant out of Leon County. Lenve says officers were forced to fire, though, after 25 minutes of trying to get Valentine to cooperate when he reached for this .22 in the back seat. Lenve adds Valentine was wearing multiple layers, which could have made the tasers police used prior to shooting ineffective. The 32-year-old has a lengthy background, including 16 arrests as an adult from 6 different areas, 5 in Florida, from Clay County, Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, Neptune Beach, and Suwannee County. Those arrests ranging from speeding, retail theft, battery, drug, and possession of firearms.
In my review of his criminal history, it does not appear he's a convicted felon. Even though he was arrested for multiple felony offenses, there were some cases where it appears charges were dropped. I did not see a conviction myself that looked like it would prohibit him from legal possession.
And back out here live, police tell us that they're still trying to figure out how Valentine got his hands on that firearm. We'll have more on this coming up at 6 o'clock. From the south side, Nick Perot, First Coast News, on your side.